Hey there and welcome to a new Dead by Daylight video. With the anniversary close, which is today in about not so many hours depending when this comes out. Yeah, I wanted to share with you guys my predictions and concerns for the anniversary livestream. So if you still watch Dead by Daylight content on YouTube, Twitter or any website, you have probably saw the leaks. I personally have only seen the new killer, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys, even though if you don't have this video on full screen, you're probably seeing the leaks right next to this video, which is awesome. So last year in 5.0.0 we had one killer, two survivors and one map. Here is probably going to be the same thing, new killer and a survivor, which they are welcome. About the map, here for me it has become kind of a hit or miss. I want new maps to play on, but at the same time I don't want RPD. And even look at Isle of Crows, the map they released last is okay, but seems like to be very big and every pallet on it seems safe. Sometimes the saw map type of safe, and the Haddonfield rework. Those windows are still the same or worse than before. But I only played on that map 2 times, so I don't know for sure. Let me know if you played more. Let's see, they have announced the start of a prototype for the Morris 1 year ago. We have not heard about it since then, I think. Like, all they did was make them if the person is on death hook instead of first hook, which is great change in itself, but 6 years later and it's still being an offering. It's also a little bit sad what they did to the keys, to the point where they become unfun and unusable, really. Like, imagine if everything that is fun but too strong will be turned into unfun and useless, because that's the easiest way to fix it, because that unfortunately is the way behavior has done things in the past and is doing now. The most recent one being Boon Circle of Healing. Instead of fully or partially reworking the perk, they just cut down the speed it offers, which is essentially changing the number in the file. They could have just added a large cooldown to it, like they already have with a lot of perks in the game, or better, just make them one use only. You can even make it so it doesn't get used when healing with a medkit, like they did with Autodidact. Now, I'm not saying that these changes that I propose might have been more balanced, but there are ideas and concepts different from, instead of holding mouse 1 for 16 seconds, now you hold it for 24, now 32. Some other things that will be there are the cakes, which are always welcome considering the crazy grind that the game is in hell. 2-year anniversary skins for the original killer and survivor, just like they did last year. Crowns for every original killer and survivor, which nobody likes them, let's be honest here. They will have a look at the store. God, I hope they're not gonna implement loot boxes. Gameplay improvements, excited for those. And the PT the exact same day, maybe the next day. Now that I said what will most likely be there, it's time for my predictions and hopes. A bloodweb rework. They keep saying there are plans and plans for it, but so far the only thing we've seen are band-aid fixes, those being the great rewards and the occasional blood points codes given. I still cannot believe they said we are not looking for band-aid fixes, like removing perk tiers, which is still crazy to me.
Straight up, we've got no plans to remove perk tiers.
Yes, it would cut the grind in 2/3. It's actually a lot more work to remove the perk tiers than just
what a fucking liar, dude!
𝗂𝗵𝘁𝗵𝗁 time. This one has been talked about 3 months ago in a Q&A, and yeah, considering it was in a Q&A and not in an anniversary, it's fair to say it will come out this patch, or at most in the following one. The Death Hard rework. Yeah, that's it. I want it, you want it, hopefully it will be there. A new game mode or permanent secondary objective besides it being a perk like the Boon. We wanted it for years and there seems to be no news about it. Maybe they are hiding it very good and will surprise us, who knows. I would certainly appreciate an old school type game mode where we play the Dead by Daylight version from a few years ago, for even a month. That could be very fun. The removal of skill-based matchmaking. Nobody likes it, it's extremely flawed, life was better before, and I think a lot of people agree with me here. A search bar for the perks. Now, I know this was answered in the latest Q&A and they said no priority, but as you may have heard, there was a tournament on Twitch where a lot of big streamers participated and complained about the perk search bar. And if behavior cares about something, it's publicity from external places besides Dead by Daylight community.
How is this the way? Is there a search button or something? What is going on?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
I'm human. Isn't this game been out for like 10 years?
We might see or hear something about it, fingers crossed. The 2v1 stalemate. I'm sure you have encountered it. It's not really something common that you see in every match. It usually happens when there are 3 to 5 generators left and a survivor decides to just hide without doing anything. And that can go for a long time. I was in a match that lasted once 30 minutes and nothing happened after the first 5. No gens were touched, no totems done, nothing. They just kept hiding, which ultimately gave me no options but to disconnect. Like, I think we can all agree a 30 minutes match where 25 minutes of it you just look for 2 survivors is not what the devs intended. Oh wait, never mind. And here end my predictions. And yeah, until then, I hope you're having a great day, and if so, I also hope it will not be ruined by the anniversary stream. See you guys in the next one.